gave the address for it to her daughter, who has 2 small children. So it is entirely possible that there are a number of children watching it now. So, okay. We've been talking about David and King Saul, and last week we killed off the giant. After the celebrations of after killing the giant, there were celebrations, of course, because they won. So they kind of had a parade into the capital city, and during that, the women in the town began to sing, "Saul has killed his thousands and David his 10,000s." This upset Saul. Saul had been a warrior for many years. He had led Israel in their fighting. And he knew that Samuel had told him that the kingship would be removed from him and his family and given to someone else. So he at this point realized, you know what? That's who God's going to give the king to. I don't want him to have it. I want to be king, and then I want my kids to be king. My son Jonathan was the one in line to be king after him. So from this time on, Saul is not happy with David, and he's looking for a way to get rid of David. It's at this point David meets Saul's son Jonathan, and they become best friends instantly, to the point that at some point down the road, they will promise to take care of each other's families should something happen to one of them or the other. David will take care of Jonathan's family, Jonathan will take care of David's family if anything should happen to them. And in fact, David will take care of Jonathan's family after Jonathan is gone. He kind of adopts one of Jonathan's sons. One of the promises to whoever would kill this giant was that he would get to marry the king's daughter. Well, Saul said, David, are you going to marry my daughter? God promised, so I got to do this. David said, no, you know what? I'm from a poor family. I do not have the dowry necessary to marry a king's daughter. You would think killing the giant and rescuing them would have been enough dowry, but it evidently wasn't. So the oldest daughter, married someone else. Then Saul realized his second daughter, Michal, was very fond of David. She had fallen in love with David. And Saul thought, you know what, this is a really, really good thing. Because if David decides to marry her, I can get rid of David. So he sent word through the grapevine that he wanted David to marry his daughter Michal. David sent word back, I'm poor, I can't marry a king's daughter. The king sent word back, all I want for a dowry is 100 Philistines to be killed. David said, cool, I'll do that. He went out with a small troop, and they killed 100 Philistines. And he brought, in fact, he's an overachiever. He killed 200 Philistines. He brought back proof of their death to Saul. Saul now says, I hoped he died. I wanted the Philistines to kill him. That's why I said, all right, marry her. So he married Saul's daughter, Michal. From this time on, Saul gets worse and worse. David is not allowed to go back and herd the sheep anymore. He's a permanent part of the royal court. He's there every day. He plays music for Saul every day now. When there is a battle, he goes out and he leads the troops. Saul is still hoping the Philistines will kill him. One day he is playing the harp for Saul, and Saul is getting madder and madder. The evil spirit that was bothering him is coming heavier and heavier on him. He happened to have a javelin in his hand. Just a note, if you're playing for someone who doesn't like you and he has a javelin in his hand, don't. He threw the javelin at David. David dodged it. The Bible says he escaped twice. So Saul is now directly, openly trying to kill David. So things are not good between them. And this will affect the next, I think it's about 10 years of the Israelites' history, as David grows closer to God and better and more prominent in the eyes of Israel, and Saul falls further and further away from God and deeper into his evil spirits that have been bothering him. Let's sing our song. I just wanna be a sheep, ba 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 ba. I just wanna be a sheep, ba 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 ba. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just wanna be a sheep, ba 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 ba. I just wanna be a sheep, ba 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 ba. I just wanna be a sheep, ba 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 ba. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just wanna be a sheep, ba 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 ba.